Level 1. The cleaning staff. This is you. You are inside a colossal 30,000 square foot mansion. Your job here is not simply dusting. Your true mission is to preserve high-value assets. Every surface you touch, whether it is imported marble mahogany or delicate gold leaf, requires a specific chemical and a unique cleaning technique to avoid damaging property worth thousands of dollars. You must blindly obey the standard operating procedure, a manual of hundreds of pages that dictates with military precision the exact tilt of the cushions, the perfect way to fold towels, and even the orientation of the magazines on the coffee table. If you meet all these ridiculous demands, you will earn $50,000 a year. However, human greed is inevitable. You decide to sell some of your boss's secrets, like pill bottles or torn letters to the tabloids or their business rivals. You just violated your non-disclosure agreement. Aside from facing a lawsuit for monstrous financial damages and immediate termination, you are now locked in a prison cell for extortion and invasion of privacy. Level 2. Security staff. It turns out you know more about martial arts and defensive driving than cleaning. You apply for the job. After a rigorous background check, you are hired with a salary of $90,000 a year. Thanks to your talent behind the wheel that you boasted about on your resume, you are assigned as a security driver. Your daily job is incredibly simple. You just have to drive the owner's son back and forth. Upon arriving at your destination, you simply wait inside the car. Aside from having to memorize the golden rule that says, "See everything but say nothing," this is exactly what you call easy money. Level 3. The butler. You have been working as cleaning staff for a long time, and you know every manual task in the mansion to perfection. The former butler was just fired, and luckily you are the only person who knows how to prepare tea exactly to the owner's taste. So you get promoted to the position of butler. At this level, you only need to remember one sacred rule that says start before the owner wakes up and finish after the owner goes to sleep. You are in charge of serving food, managing the wine cellar, and the wardrobe greeting guests, and sometimes you act as a personal assistant booking tickets or wrapping gifts. The schedule is exhausting, but you will be fine because you already have the experience from level 1. Everything seems easy, and you assume you will receive that salary of $150,000 a year. Until one day, you wake up later than the owner. In that instant, your career ends. You are fired. Level 4. The tutor. This time, you are a virtuoso piano teacher. You have been invited to give lessons to the owner's second child. Today is your first session, and you are very excited because teaching the family of a magnate is a rare privilege. But the child turns out to be a crafty monkey. During the lesson, he climbs on the furniture and causes mischief that drives you crazy. However, you do not dare to do anything because the bodyguards glare at you. You tell yourself that it is only the first day and that things will get better. A full week has passed since you had that optimistic thought, and progress is still 0. In order not to tarnish your professional reputation, you decide to secretly record the child's wild behavior and send it to the lady of the house. In the next class, the little demon behaves docilely and studies diligently. You feel proud of your cleverness without knowing that you just made the future owner of the house hold an eternal grudge against you. Level 5. The family doctor. You are assigned the task of taking care of the owner's health 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. To fulfill this mission, you are allowed to move in and live inside the mansion. Basically, your job is no different from that of a normal doctor, with the only difference being that your patient is one of the wealthiest people in the world. But the real problem arises when your boss is about to die. Instead of asking you to cure him, his descendants only demand that you prevent their father from officially dying. Faced with the demands of the financial elite, you abandon your medical ethics. You use machines to maintain heart rate and body temperature, even though the owner's brain is already dead. In this way, you keep the owner artificially alive for several months, just so his children have time to resolve the inheritance issues. Level 6. Head of Security. On a beautiful day, you take a bullet meant for the owner. Since you miraculously survive, the owner decides to reward your bravery by promoting you to the position of head of security. Your new mission is to be the cleanup crew. If the owner's son causes a fatal accident, you arrive before the police to erase any trace of evidence. If an intimate video of the daughter is leaked, you are the one who searches for and personally takes care of the person who posted it. However, there is a very high risk that you will become the fall guy if the scandals come to light. But you accept this fate with a smile because you know that the magnate will take care of your own family financially forever. Level 7. Estate Manager. You are tasked with overseeing the clan's vast real estate holdings or private compounds. You have the power to decide on the operation and maintenance expenses of the facilities. You are entrusted with managing a repair budget that amounts to millions of dollars. Construction contractors smell money and approach you to bribe you with the promise of sharing a kickback with you. But since you are a person of integrity, you reject that dirty money. So the contractors set you up and falsely accuse you of stealing materials. The owner is too busy to verify this information, and everything goes through the chief of staff who can't stand you. The result is inevitable. You are fired and replaced by someone much more obedient. Level 8. Legal Advisor. You are a vital cog in the clan's machinery. Your pen drafts the strictest non-disclosure agreements to ensure that no employee or contractor reveals sensitive information. At the same time, you design the financial architecture of trusts and wills to transfer the fortune to the next generation, avoiding estate taxes and family disputes. You are indispensable, but that very importance is your death sentence. When the Patriarch dies, or a ruthless heir takes the throne, you are the first on the hit list. The new king will never sleep soundly, knowing that there is someone on the loose who knows all his dark secrets. If Lady Luck smiles on you, you will be forced to live in seclusion and a silent retirement. But in this world, it is much more likely that you will suffer a random accident or that someone will find you dead from a heart attack in your private room. Level 9. The Outcast. You are the perfect example of a billionaire family scandal that always makes headlines. You could be the youngest son, the bastard the mistress, or simply the child who has no head for business. While you enjoy a life of extreme luxury and are admired by everyone on the outside inside the clan walls, you have no say. You possess no real freedom. All your personal relationships are scrutinized and strictly controlled by the family. If someone does not meet their standards, that person will disappear from your life the next day without a trace. Your final fate is to be used as a bargaining chip in an arranged marriage with the children of a rival or an official, all just to pave the way for the commercial success of the person at the next level. Level 10. The Heir. Congratulations! The Patriarch has chosen you as his successor, but you do not feel very happy. Every day you have to endure the terrible pressure of maintaining the clan's immense fortune. Since childhood, you have been under the strict surveillance of tutors or assistants ensuring that you follow the exact path the family demands. If you manage to overcome this pressure, you will become the top of the food chain. Of course, this will only happen if you do not crack under the stress or if you are not murdered on any given beautiful day. Level 11. Chief of Staff. You are the most powerful person, second only to the Patriarch. You manage the entirety of the real estate, the air fleet, the yachts, and the high-level staff. You also handle legal matters, the press and charity strategies. You are the gatekeeper who controls the flow of information that reaches the owner's ears. You have absolute authority to decide who and what matter is important enough to bother the Patriarch. Your power is so immense that sometimes the heirs themselves have to suck up to you just so you speak well of them in front of their father. However, what you possess is only delegated power, which depends totally on the boss's trust. He is the one who will decide your fate with just a few words. Level 12. The Patriarch. At this level, you find yourself at the absolute top of the food chain. Generally, you are the founder of the fortune like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, or the leader of the current generation who maintains main control. Your mission is to make macroeconomic decisions about investments, charity, and the direction of the clan. Although you possess absolute ownership of the finances and have the final say in every matter, you always live with a sense of isolation because no one has the sufficient level to understand your way of thinking. You live with the perpetual fear of being used and under the crushing pressure of maintaining wealth across generations and under constant public scrutiny. Life is truly ironic. We all live trapped in our own prison. It does not matter who you are, whether you are the cleaning employee or the owner of a millionaire empire. The only difference is if we are capable of recognizing it and escaping from it. So tell me, what is your prison? Leave it in the comments. That is all for today. I will make similar videos in the future. Subscribe to watch them.